Good evening, guys. It is Alicia, but as always, you can call me Crafty Owl. And I am here tonight, and I do have a special guest who I will introduce here in a minute. And we're going to be talking about our weekend at Stamp Joy, which is in Des Moines, Iowa, and kind of showing you some things we made, some things we got, and answering your questions. Now, before I introduce my special guest, I do want to ask you that if you have a question for us, please type question in all caps. So when we look later for those, it's easy to see. You could also and then start typing in my name as well. But let's take a minute, maybe a minute for people to start coming in. I see Lisa is here and my mom and Danny. So Lisa being in the chat might give you a hint at who my special guest is not. So if you don't know who my special guest is, why don't you type your guesses in the chat box and we'll see those. So welcome Carlos, Christine, Jay Thomas. Thank you for becoming a member. I appreciate that. Anne has been here for a few minutes already. Glad to see you, Anne. And welcome, Beth, Catherine, awesome. So if you are at Stamp Joy this weekend, let us know that in the chat as well. If you met me or re-met me, let us know if you're watching. All right. Oh, Danny's here. Danny, if I did not say hi already, hello, and thank you for being here. All right. If you are ready to find out who my special guest is, why don't you go ahead and throw a 10 over in the live chat. Just type in 10, how excited you are to meet her. It is a her. I'm going to get a drink of water. Let me tell you, I have not drank enough water this weekend. My lips are chapped. My hands are dry. I am just really parched. All right, they are ready to meet you. So, sad news. My sister found out on Monday that she was not going to be able to make it to Stamp Joy. And if you watched my vlog last year, you know how much fun we had, and it was a super bummer. But good news is Tailored Expressions let somebody come with me in her place, and they totally did not have to do that, but it would have been hard for me to come by myself. I'm not going to lie, because last year Lisa was the one who put us out there and made us friends. So yeah, I am glad that this person could come with me. It was a great weekend. Guys, I would like to introduce you to my daughter Presley. Let's give her a round of applause.
Hello. Hi.
Hello. This is my daughter, Presley. Yes, this is her first time on camera with me. I was a little bit worried that this it's probably not her thing. Even though I make cards and craft all the time, it's not something we do together. But surprisingly, Presley, on a scale of 1 to 10, what would you give your experience at Stamp Joy?
At least an 8.5.
See? She loved it, guys. I think we are turning her into a crafter. So she was, I think she's contemplating spending her whole allowance now on craft supplies. So yes, Presley, my only child. We've had a good weekend. And if Stamp Joy comes around again, I think she might be signing up. What do you think?
Definitely. I'm going to definitely consider it.
Yeah. So what we're going to do tonight is tell you a little bit about what happened each day. We will show you the swap cards we made, show you our top favorite swap cards, which was so hard to choose because let me tell you, so many talented people here. I'm going to show you a quick look at the make and takes, and then a quick look at what we did in the classes. So if you have never heard of Stamp Joy or been to Stamp Joy, again, it's in Des Moines, Iowa. It is put on by Tailored Expressions, which if you don't know that company, you have to check them out. And Des Moines, Iowa, Tailored Expressions. Oh, so what happens is, sorry. So it's an event every year, and it started yesterday and it ended tonight about 5 o'clock. And you get to do it with the price of admission, you get to complete 10 make and takes. You get a goodie bag, which when I do my vlogs, which it might take me a week or so to edit, you're going to get to see all this stuff on video. We've been shooting some videos and taking pictures for the weekend. Presley, do you enjoy being my camera woman?
I mean, it wasn't unenjoyable. It was a very interesting experience.
Yes. So, our aprons. Yeah. Oh, well, our aprons were in our goodie bag. I'm creative. You can't expect me to be neat too. These were because they had an alcohol ink class. Like last year we got t-shirts, but this year you could take an alcohol ink class if you wanted to. And so they thought this might help keep your clothes clean, which I mean, we didn't really, even our hands didn't get too messy. So if you've ever been to Stamp Joy, whether virtual or in person, let us know that as well. Don't forget, if you have a question, put that in all caps, but we'll kind of go through quickly and then we'll take your questions. So we had our 10 make and takes, but let's see. We left Nebraska Thursday. We wanted to get here a day early so we could relax. And Thursday night, Peggy and a couple other ladies who are attending put together a mix and mingle. So it wasn't like an official thing. We had dinner downstairs and there were prizes, lots of prizes. And Taylor stopped by. And if you know Brutus Monroe, Christopher Allen was here. Presley probably didn't know anybody, but like to me, it was like seeing celebrities all weekend, you know, like Lori Craig, Heather Nichols, Susan from Tailored Expressions, who's always doing some of the lives too. And of course, Taylor herself was there. Super sweet, don't you think?
Everyone was very nice.
Yeah. And one neat thing was at the mix and mingle when Taylor came in, she saw me and she asked right away where Lisa was. So everybody, and I had a couple other people ask where Lisa was, and they all want her to get better soon. So we can't wait. Then so Thursday night we had that. Friday morning we got up, went to registration. We at 8:30 they had opening ceremonies. And then after that, you had time both days to work on those 10 make and takes. So you get like a little box with all the pieces you'll need, but then at each station are like the dies and the stamps and some other stuff to put it together that you just like share. So adhesive, gems if they have them,
Ink pad, inks.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Inks, misties, die cutters, all that stuff. So, and later Pressy will show you, she bought some stuff and she'll show you one of her favorite new tools that they had a lot to help with those gems and stuff at each of the tables. So because we had 2 days to get everything done, we tried to get 5 done each day. Luckily, we did get 6 done yesterday because it went quick. Yeah. I think we're both a little tired, but it's a good tired. So there were 2 classes this time. Last year there was only 1 and it was on different days. So the first day we had a scenic route class, which if you know Tailored Expressions, they have the create and quad stencils, or they have create and trios for many slimlines, I think. But you have like maybe 4 stencils and you use a different color for each one. And then you have 4 card fronts. So if you've heard of the create and quads, go ahead and throw a 4 over in that chat box. So we did that yesterday afternoon, which I'll show you. Again, on my vlog, you'll see more pictures and stuff, but here's a look at the 4 cards we made in the class. So we just do different techniques. Sorry, you know what? If the camera quality isn't great, we are in a hotel and I'm sure everybody else is on the internet too. So you will definitely get better views of those in the videos. But we thought normally at Stamp Joy, stuff like this stencil, it is exclusive to Stamp Joy attendees if you take the class, which is extra. And normally they release this later. I heard it right today that they will not be releasing this create and quad. So I'm glad we got it because I loved it. What did you think of that?
That was definitely probably like my favorite cards that we made in the class. And it's crazy that they're not going to release it because like it made such nice cards. It's honestly kind of a shame.
Yeah, we're sad, but they want you to come to Stamp Joy and have fun. So then so we went to the class, and then it was card swap time. So last year, I didn't participate. I was just, there for support for Lisa as she went around, and I took some pictures. But this year I did decide to make cards, and Presley designed a card as well that we both worked on putting together. So we're going to show you our cards. And then at the end of this live, we are going to send our cards to 2 lucky viewers. So make sure to stay tuned. Make sure also to keep listening, because we have a fun way how we're going to decide who gets our cards. So do you want to go first, Presley?
Yep. Okay. Upside down. Here is my card.
Sorry, there's a little bit of a glare, maybe because of the camera. So what made you decide on this design?
Well, it had to be tailored expression products. And these were the ones that she had in her craft room, and I got like an image in my head and decided to make it.
All right, so she used an oval mask on her cardstock, and we did sprinkles from the top and guava from the bottom, and then stamped flowers in bloom on top of it in black, as well as thinking of you. This is from a different set I'm not sure of. And then I don't think you'll be able to see it here on camera, but it is cut out with a stitched rectangle. And then on the inside, we just had a piece of white paper on guava cardstock, so the recipient can write on it. So one lucky person will be getting my daughter's first. Okay, so no, she's made cards before, but one of her first few cards that she has made.
First, what's it called when it's like a lot are made at one time?
Oh,
First mass-produced card.
All right. And I just dropped mine on the ground. All right. So mine went through about 4 variations here. I had a certain thing in mind, but I had to order the ink, so I didn't know what color they were. And then I got them, and I didn't like what I had planned. So I seriously 4 or 5 different things I went through, but I kind of do love my finished card. And we did swap with each other. So, we'll still have one at our house. But here's a look at, the one I did. So I ink blended the guava from the top almost to the middle, and then sprinkles from the bottom up, which, let me tell you, Presley helped with all of the ink blending on the background of mine. And then she decided that she wanted to make her own swap cards. And then it's kind of white in the middle behind the sentiment, which is stamped and die cut. It is popped up on a vellum circle, and then a little envelope here. And I do have some glossy accents on the heart on the envelope, but again, you're not going to be able to see it.
Tell them the stamp you want at the mix and mingle.
Oh, yes. So at Thursday night at the mix and mingle, you could bring gifts. Like I brought buttons, which you'll see on the vlog, and my name was pulled. And they had some gifts that were out in the open, and they had some gifts that were wrapped. And so I'm like, I am picking a wrapped one. I like a surprise. Well, guess what? It was this same background I used. So we were kind of adopted by a couple ladies this weekend. They took us under our wings, and we became friends. So she was new to Tailored Expressions and didn't have that background. So I did give her mine of that so she could make her own cards. So again, make sure to keep watching if you would like to receive one of these in the mail, and make sure to keep listening. All right. So, let me show you. So when we went to the card swap, yes, I love a surprise. When we went to the card swap, we had all of our cards. I'm giving you a peek at my favorite. We had all of our cards in these little baskets, and you would go around and ask if you could swap. And let me tell you, going up to strangers and talking to them, not my thing. Was it yours?
No, I really like to stay in my own little bubble.
Yeah, me too. But she did great. She got rid of her cards before I got rid of mine. So she did great. We were going to share, let me tell you, we took 28 total. We had to leave one for Tailored Expressions. I got 28 beautiful cards. I really do. I like something about every single one of them. And I'm going to keep these for inspiration for later to go through. But we are going to share our top 3 or 4 with you. What you want to start?
Okay, in no particular order. We have this cute, I'm probably bad at showing this cute little shaker card of this dog on like sitting on a moon.
I'm not very good at showing it either. Sorry, that is blurry.
And then next, I just really like this one because it's just like funny. It's a bunch of like chickens at a farmhouse.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. There we go.
And then this one's just like very unique. It's supposed to be like, like under a boat, like the little like windows out, and there's like a little dragon or sea something.
And maybe that's the Loch Ness Monster.
It's the Loch Ness Monster, you know what? And then I just really like this one because it's very bright and colorful, and I like the sentiment.
All right. And I want to tell you something special about this card. So this is from Allison, right?
Mm-hmm.
Allison from Long Island. Her and her husband and their dog drove here for the event. And she came up to me at the Mix and Mingle, right? Yeah. And she said that she only came to this Stamp Joy because she watched my videos. Like, she has done the virtual ones, but before she committed to actually coming to one in person, she watched my videos. And I was like blown away. Like, people kept like recognizing me, which is weird. But
yeah, it was really weird to have people come up to my mom and be like I love your videos and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, oh,
yeah, right. Now she does really know,
yeah.
right? All right. Again, if you did go to Stamp Joy, let us know if you have questions. Oh, Lisa wants you to sign your card. If you have questions, type question in all caps and then your question. And at the end, we'll try to get to some if you have any. So again, I have 28 beautiful cards here. I'm going to pick my top 4 too. Can you put that over there? Again, no particular order. So this one, I just love fall and I love leaves. So I just love this one, how, there's that watermark stamping in the background. Sorry, I'm no better at holding this up to the camera. And then the die cut leaves around that. I just love that. This one I love because making more stereotypically masculine cards is not really my forte. I just loved this one. This little moose on some crafts with some like plaid in the background. Loved it. The next one was a big favorite among a lot of people, and I was lucky to be able to, I was lucky to be able to get one before she ran out. So it is this cute, I'm going to go ahead and take this out of the package. Yes, the moose is adorable. Oh, Penny. I could send you my autograph if you wanted. All right. So this one is just, again, fall and leaves. Sorry if it's blurry. It looks a little blurry to us. Love it with little puppy jumping in the leaves. And then finally, because I love apples and this, and I love craft. There's ink splattering. It's all of it. So there's that one. Love it. So many great cards though. Don't you agree? Mm-hmm. Everybody's so talented. Put those down there. So after the card swap, we went and we made cards for so they have like a cause they do each Stamp Joy, and so you learn about that, and it's actually the same one as last year if you watched our vlogs, the Wings of Refuge. So they talk about that, and what we did, we made some birthday cards. They gave us an exclusive special stencil trio that it was like you created like birthday card fronts. So we got to make 2. One stayed and went to that group for them to sell, I believe. And the other one we got to bring home, which I will show you in the vlog series for sure. After that, dinner was ready. Did we like dinner?
dinner was really good.
It was really good. It's like buffet style. They had a big salad bar, and then they had a bar with hot foods.
You know it's really good when it gets me to like sweet potatoes. I don't really like sweet potatoes. I never really liked them, but they had this like very like sweet, like I don't think it was like a pie, but like it was very like sweet potato dish.
Yeah, it's like maybe candied sweet potatoes. Maybe that's what it was.
But it was very good.
It
And I was
was yummy.
surprised.
It was yummy. And speaking of bar, so we each got a drink ticket, and I just got Diet Coke with mine. Presley, what did you get with your ticket to the bar?
I got a Shirley Temple.
She had a few of those. The hotel has a bar as well that she got a couple of those at.
A cherry lemonade. That's what I got.
Yeah. We did have to assure a couple people that it was definitely a Shirley Temple. I think they were just joking though. It was funny. Yes, probably sweet potato casserole. That is exactly what it was. Yeah, I did taste a little bit of it. It's pretty good. After dinner was Stamp Olympics, right?
Yes.
So if you watched last year, that was an event during the day on Saturday. Well, this year it was the main event on Saturday night. Presley and I were on a team with a couple other ladies. We did not make it to the finals, but we got out in the second round. So we got a prize for that. We got some Taylor's little shaker diamonds and some embellishments. And the team that won, I did not video it because that would not be my right. But let me tell you, the team who won definitely earned it.
Especially for the last game, yes. They deserved it. So.
Yeah. So the last game, we're not going to give it all away, because I'm sure maybe Tailored Expressions will share it. But the last game was one of those where you put that like a Kleenex box on your back and you have to shake stuff out. Because Craft Olympics, it's not about really using the craft supplies how they're supposed to be used. It's just games with craft supplies. So they put a whole bunch of crafty things into that box and you had to shake everything out of the box. Well, that last lady, she got every last item out of that box, and it was just hilarious. But they did say some things that happen at Stamp Joy stay at Stamp Joy.
My favorite game at Craft Olympics was probably the one where they put up like this card for about 5 to 10 seconds, and you had to memorize as much as you could about it and then kind of remake it. And I really enjoy like memory things, and we did pretty good on the card. We didn't know we had to stick things together, so we had to very carefully carry it up to the judges, but
I did see some glue dots behind things on the picture, but I thought that's just how they did it. But yeah, we did not glue anything together. But it was fun, and that's always a good time. And then it was time to come back and go to bed.
We needed that.
We did. Stamp Joy is packed with lots of fun, and it is tiring, but in a good way. I know we're both going to sleep well tonight. So this morning, again, registration 7:30 to 8:30, opening remarks. Oh, and prizes. They gave out prizes all day long. I forgot about that. So more prizes this morning. But this morning, Presley had to stay here and be late because she did have her driver's ed Zoom class. So I went over for a little bit. They had some demo stations and I perused those. I perused the on-site store. I didn't buy anything yet though. Then I came back and got her, right? We worked on more of our make and takes. We took her to the demo booths. We did a little shopping. Then it was lunchtime, which, for a box lunch, I enjoyed it. She had to eat whatever Lisa ordered. We did switch today. I did take the salad today.
Because I really like roast beef.
Yes, it was. And I chose that. I had forgotten. So after lunch, again, we try to fit in all those make and takes, and we did get them all done, which you do have time. We went to class, which was alcohol inks. Oh, hold on. If you like alcohol inks, why don't you put an 8 over in the live chat? Let us know how you feel about alcohol inks. And then I'll tell you how I feel about alcohol inks.
And then tell us how you feel after the class about alcohol inks.
Yeah. Danny likes alcohol, right? Isn't that what I said? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
A lot of 8s. Okay. I mean, I agree with you.
Okay, so if you know me, you know, like I like structure, right? I mean, sheet load, that's all it is structure. And I've had alcohol inks forever, off and on. And I'll get them out every once in a while and give them a try, but I never like what I do. Like I cannot figure it out. So I'm like, I'm going to take that alcohol ink class and I'm going to be a master. Like I'm going to finally learn how to do it. Now, it was nothing to the teachers. I think it's just too free for me. But I mean, like the funny thing was like Presley seemed like a natural. I loved everyone she did. She loved everyone I did. You know, she thought it looks great. I guess I just have to learn to let go and let it flow, right?
Mhm.
Do you want to show them your cards
I would
from?
love to show the cards.
Why don't you take them out of there and then
Okay. I'll take 'em
So
out.
while she's taking that out of the bags, so after class we had one more make and take to finish up. So we went and did that, and then we got to relax a little bit. We chatted with our table mates, which shout out to Tracy and Leanne and Marianne. You were great table mates. We had an awesome weekend with you. And then it was time for the closing and more prizes. And then here we are.
Perfect timing.
All right. You wanted this?
I'm gonna explain this card.
Okay. She's got to explain.
Okay.
Something.
Okay. So for this card, it was like it was the first one we made. And I realized too late that I put it on upside down. The little like leaf was supposed to be
it should have been this way with the sentiment down here.
Yeah, so we had to kind of change it, but I mean, it doesn't look bad.
Yeah. I mean, my mom is in the chat. She is Gloria Jewett, or at least she was before. Her motto is, it's a craft. It doesn't have to be perfect. So Presley did a great job at making it work. I told her before this weekend, don't worry if you mess up. I'm like, I don't think I've ever made a card completely correct the first time at Stamp Joy, but she rolled with the punches and she made it work. Oh, Catherine likes it better upside down.
Thank you, Catherine.
Right. I told her she didn't even have to tell you it was upside down because you guys weren't at the class to know, right? Welcome, Lisa.
And then here's this one, which I really do like the inks in the background. It's a pretty just like simple card, but I do really like the alcohol ink aspect.
So this leaf is actually inlaid. We did the whole panel alcohol ink and die cut. Well, we want to show them. Oh, yeah, show them the next one, and then they'll
Which
know.
I also kind of messed up.
The next one was a happy accident too, but we used that leaf on the next card. Then I'm gonna get this one day, and then there's like a frame, and then she put the foam layer on the card before she stamped. So of course we all know, as we have experience, we know it's very hard to stamp on foam raised pieces, but she just restamped it on a scrap of cardstock to make that work. All right, one more. Oh no, two more things.
We have two more, yeah. Well, one of them's a card. This is probably my favorite one because it shows off more of the alcohol inks.
So here, yeah, this we did from corner to corner. And oh, then they also taught us how to use like foil on it to add shine. And then there's like 3 layers of that die cut. So we came home from the class, we got a whole bottle of the alcohol blending solution. We got this die, and then we got the leafy die, the vine thing that we just showed you from that as well. And then our cards. Oh yes, finally.
Oh yeah, there's one more thing.
That's right.
Before we did our cards, we got to like kind of play around with this like tile, like a floor tile. We can like turn it into a coaster, she said.
No. I mean, this was her first time ever using alcohol inks. And like, I was so jealous. Like, I wanted the same results. I loved it. So we might switch because she says she liked mine better.
Oh yeah, I'll definitely be using more alcohol inks.
All right. So I think that is kind of finishing up the recap. Oh, no, sorry, Presley just reminded me. We are going to share our favorites, our favorite couple, Presley
Only bought really 2 things.
only bought 2 things, like 2 items. But we're going to show you some more favorites. First of all, the on-site store had 30 exclusive products just to Stamp Joy attendees. Some of them were stamp sets, some were like foilets, so usually in 6 months, this stuff is released to the public, but right now it was just for us. Honestly, I don't know that I bought any of the exclusive stuff. Mine seemed to be stuff already in the store, like stamp and die sets, because I love a sentiment stamp that has a coordinating die right now. And we did get 10% off though on site. So I did take advantage of that. A couple exclusive things, which Presley, she'll tell you about that. Should I go ahead and tell them what I like, anything before I'll just share? Because I was going to talk about the blue thing I got. So they just announced this weekend at Stamp Joy that they worked with My Sweet Petunia, who makes the Misty, and they came out with a teal version. Guys, the last thing I need is another Misty, but you might also know my favorite color. I got a teal Misty. Now, ow, I just hit my head. These will be released to the public probably soon, but we were just the first to hear about it and to be able to buy them. So I got myself, this is the Misty 2.0. So it has the overlapping ledge and the garage for your magnet. You're going to see this in a video real soon. Okay. My second, again, I bought lots of stamps and dies. Oh, sorry. I got to go all the way down here. But my second favorite thing. So if you were here earlier, you heard me mention that Christopher Allen from Brutus Monroe was here and he was demonstrating. Well, I guess I didn't know about it before, but he has this stamp and stick mat, which you can put in your Misty and stamp and stencil on. Well, he and Taylor got together and they made a special rainbow version. And not only do I love aqua/teal, but I love a rainbow, which did you? My earrings. So here it is with the rainbow around the edges, and he was there demoing it. And there are lots of great accessories to help you with your stenciling with this, but they ran out at Stamp Joy. So I am definitely getting on the Brutus Monroe website to order some of those accessories. But yeah, I bought more than just those 2 things, but that's what I'll show you until my vlogs come out, right? Presley, what were your items that you enjoyed and bought?
Okay, so I bought 2 main items. I'm going to start with the smallest first, being just like a little like device to like pick up like small gems and stuff. And then on the other side, it's just like a poker to get like
stuff out of dies.
Yeah.
She never plans on using that pick end, but she did enjoy using the pickup stick. So,
and it's just very pretty because it has gems in the center.
So, and I think, there are little diamonds in the center. And I think this might just have been released this weekend too. I'm not sure, but we use this on a lot of the make and takes because we put a lot of gems or clay pieces on stuff. So that worked really nice. I probably should have gotten myself one.
You can borrow.
Thank you. Speaking of borrowing, she also told me I could borrow her next items.
Yeah.
Maybe just show a couple and tell what you.
Okay. Yeah. I'll just grab like a handful. So the whole time we were, not really. Well, one of the make and take stations had these markers and we had to color in like a little unicorn. And immediately when using the markers, like I realized like how smoothly they went on the paper and I needed to definitely look at them. And they are called Olo markers. They have basically how they work is that they have a lighter color on each marker and a darker color on each marker. Or at least the ones here did. And they came in packs of 7s, but you basically got 14. And I bought the markers because they just were so nice. And I was coloring in like a little stamped image they gave you, and they just went on so smoothly. And I'm in love with the markers and I bought them.
Danny, she is a girl after your own heart. Danny loves the alcohol markers. A couple things about the Olo. So Lori Craig was there demonstrating them, and I think she even helped develop them. So she explained how they were different than Copics. Like, even though this is 2 markers here and they have brush ends, the amount of ink in each of these halves is actually the same as in an entire Copic marker. And what Tailored Expressions had, they had 2 sets special for them. They will be selling these in their online store. They had like a bright rainbow, because Taylor loves rainbows too. So they had a bright rainbow, and did they call it vintage?
Vintage rainbow.
A vintage rainbow. So she did get both sets. So it's just, probably Taylor's favorite colors. And they did pick out a light and a dark for each marker. Let's see. So Reagan would like you to do a demo with the Olo markers. Oh, Reagan.
If you link my own YouTube channel in the
yeah.
description, then maybe when I get the time, I'll do that.
Yes. So after the live, maybe later this weekend, Presley does have a YouTube channel. Pretty defunct. I don't know that she's had a video on it for about a
7
year.
months.
But we'll link that so you can go check it out. And we totally forgot to show, but you made me think of. You said, yeah, because she said we use these markers at the make and takes, and I'm thinking we showed them the card, but we did not. Sorry. So before we get to questions again, if you have them, it doesn't look so far like anybody does. We will show you quickly what we made. Again, there were 10 make and takes, and these all came, you got to make these with the price of admission. So this first one, this is the one that we use the Olo markers on, and it's a pretty small area where we use them, but you could really tell how smoothly they would go on. So it's on the unicorn there, we made it. And this card, we stenciled, sorry about that. We stenciled the background, and then it opens up in kind of a fun way there. It kind of locks in place with that. And it's kind of nice when you go to all these stations and you have to use these Misties. They set it up so perfect for you. Like if you've ever been to the Tailored Expressions studio to do a make and take, they set up their Misties. So if it's a die cut word, they already have the outside of that die cut and the stamp in perfect place. If it's stenciling, they have a hard board that tells you exactly where to put your piece of paper and what color to use. It's perfect. So yeah, I don't even know what my point was, but I wanted to share how they set that up. The second one, I love a shaker. So here let me shake it first. But we did like a, kind of like a frameless shaker, but we put our glitter piece on front. You could have put it on the inside. This was probably my favorite make and take. I just really like the simplicity. I just think the card is beautiful. We stamped these leaves in each corner, which we just rotated to stamp the second one. And then to color it in, we used a stencil. So that was really neat. We did a lot of stenciling. The praying for you. No, the whole thing is popped up on a vellum circle with some gold dots. This next one was very fun. We did a foil it panel on the background, if you can see that. We foiled that in gold, then we did some fall ink blending from top to bottom. Presley went a little rogue on this one, and she made her own version of that card. All right. Oh, Angela was at Memory Bound last week. Yeah. I don't know if we'll get to go there tomorrow, but we do get to go somewhere else that I'm going to tell you about.
Angela has a question. Did you get to use the teal Misty yet?
At the last make and take we went to, they did have one out. I bet they ran out of Misties and how to use one. Yeah. So if you have the Misty version 2.0, with the etched ruler and the overhanging flap, it's just like that, but it's teal. My Misty that size is one of the old ones, so I am glad I got the new version.
And then there's one more question.
Oh yes,
did they announce the dates for next year's in-person Stamp Joy?
They did not. They said to stay tuned. So I would say if you want to know about that, they have their Instagram account. Over on Facebook, they have this group, Fans of Tailored Expressions. Definitely go over there and join, because that's where you're going to see all that. But no, they said the virtual one would be in March, but they didn't tell us a date or anything, but they said March. So here, this one, it was probably the hardest one. It did, I don't know, it seemed to be the hardest one, but it did turn out really cute. So we made a little decor piece, and these flowers were die cut with felt, and you had to roll them together. So it's probably just me not really knowing how to roll flowers, but it turned out pretty darn cute. This next one was one of our first few. I loved the background on this. I did buy that stamp. It's like a shiplap. And in our goodie bag for Stamp Joy, we got this basket die and these flower dies. And you can see some of them you can pop up if you want to. Well, Catherine, I'm pretty sure Tailored Expressions is going to start selling that in their online store soon, if they haven't already. Maybe it's going to come out Tuesday. This next one, this was our last one we did, where we did get to use the meal Misty, the teal Misty. And I don't know, the background, again, sorry, I've got to learn how to hold stuff up. The background is like pierced, and then one of the flowers is popped up. This sentiment down here is one of the stamp and die sets I bought because I just love that font and I love the way it looks. Because if you remembered my swap card earlier, I used something very similar. Mine says just a note though. All right. Oh, this next one, pretty quick and easy put together, a mini slimline, and the background was like a three, no, the fire, no, not the fire, dragonfly bodies was a stamp, and then there were 2 stencils that went with it that you colored the wings in. And the fun thing is, I don't know if you can tell, but that one dragonfly you cut out and then you popped it up. I really liked that. Yeah, the raised dragonfly was my favorite too, Angela. Here we go. We made a Christmas card. We embossed the front panel. We added some buttercream ink, I think, to accent that so you could make that pop. And then there's a gold circle with the piece on earth, and then we put this flower together. Yeah, we just layered that. And oh, Presley's, you were supposed to add some detail to the green leaves. Presley's looks much better. She got really artistic. I just made a swipe down the middle.
Question from Catherine. What stamp set is that dragonfly from?
Catherine, that is one of those Stamp Joy exclusives that you could only get here. Again, normally that stuff is available by the time the next Stamp Joy rolls around. So hopefully 6 months. Again, you know what, guys, I don't know if you know this, but I am not affiliated with Tailored Expressions in any way. And I probably shouldn't be speaking for them or saying when things. I'm just like going with what has happened in the past, and it's usually by that next Stamp Joy those past exclusives come out. So they would definitely know more than I do, and I am not getting paid or do this. Let me hold on. Show. All right, sorry, I have to moderate. Okay, there we go. All right, and then finally, this is our 10th make and take, guys. We got to do 10 make and takes. So this one was a fun gift card holder. But you have your little pocket here, and the snowman, we stamped his little things. And was this the first one we did? Okay, so this was the first one we did. And this is one of those examples where they had your snowman die cut in your package, and then you used a Misty to stamp the snowman. And I messed mine up. I'm like, oh, darn, I guess I'll just have to live with it. Presley right here is like, there's another side to that snowman, and there is. And I fixed it. So that was great.
Question from Angela. I didn't hear. I came in late. Did you get to see a new Create a Quad?
Angela, let me finish this, and I'm going to show you the gorgeous Create and Quad we got for the class. And unfortunately, if I heard it right, it is exclusive and will not be coming out. But it's gorgeous.
It's never going to be released.
That's what they say. So this is a gift card holder. So then on the inside, you have a little present die cut with gift card tabs and a little tag which says, "Friends give friends gift cards." I love a gift card. How about you? Do you like gift cards?
I like gift cards.
Would you rather get gift cards or like, I mean, what do you prefer? Do you prefer to get gift cards?
Like,
so
do you mean
buy
like
your
gift
own
card,
stuff?
cash, or like a gift?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, it depends on how broadly. Like, I would prefer an Amazon gift card to cash, but like if it's stuff like online, of course. Um, but I would, I guess overall, I'd probably say cash unless it's online.
All right. Here, yeah, Angela wanted to see. So the create in quad was called Scenic Route, and it's kind of like an abstract landscape. And here's a look at the cards that we made. We did share them earlier, but aren't they gorgeous? I love it. And when we do the vlog, you'll get to see these closer up. Lisa, just that last year we made something that was kind of similar to this, but it looked like a little present. And we put like a Ghirardelli chocolate in it. I just recently unpacked that a year later, and I did eat that chocolate. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah. So let us know. Thank you for putting that question all caps if you have them. We're about done. We're just going to tell you what we're going to do tomorrow. So if you have questions, start getting those in. So tomorrow, if you didn't know, Tailored Expressions is moving into a new building. We found out today they are actually right now located they have like 5 different leases. So a few of them are close together and a couple of them are like, a mile or 2 away. Well, they have built their own building, which if you watch Tailored Expressions lives on Tuesday, you might have seen some of it already. It was supposed to be ready in July, but it is not. It's delayed. But tomorrow, Presley and I, and a whole lot of other Stamp Joy attendees, you could sign up to do this if you were staying. It was free, you just had to get a spot. They only had so many, but we get to go see the new building. Like, I don't know how much we get to tour it, but I think we do maybe get to do a make and take. I'm not sure, but I am super excited. Yeah.
I mean,
are you going to go along for the ride?
I mean, of course I'm going to come along. I mean, I don't really know much about what, I guess, stamping like companies warehouses look like. So
again, they've shown some. They say it's further than it was when they showed it on the live. And I get the if you've been to their studio, I think they said the studio area is like 3 times the size as it was in their old location. So I can't wait to see that. Hopefully we get to do another make and take maybe. And that team at Tailored Expressions, they put on a fantastic event. And the fact that they're going to keep it going so we can go over there tomorrow is amazing. Like, I would think that they would all need like a week or 2 off after this. It's like they seem to think of everything. And the one thing last year, it wasn't a complaint, but afterward they sent out a questionnaire or like a survey. And I'm telling you, the only silly thing that I would have changed is it was impossible to find caffeine over there that wasn't coffee. Lisa and I didn't know that. And so we really needed like some caffeine to drink. And we were walking around this convention center and we finally spied this vending machine, but it was out of order. And like, we really needed some caffeine. And, I just mentioned it'd be nice, and I'm sure I wasn't the only one. That's not why they did it. But I'm like, it'd be nice if you had, like some sodas on site, even if we have to pay for them, just so we could get something. And this year they had they had sodas along with the waters and coffees, like for lunch. And they had like some snack times this year. Like in the morning, yesterday they did like fruits and granola bars. And in the afternoon, they would have something else. Like yesterday, it was build your own caramel apples. And today it was like a popcorn bar. So it's awesome. Seriously, they do a great job. Do you have a question?
No, but Catherine does. Will Presley's channel be linked later?
Yes, I will put it in the description box. I'll try to do that shortly after we log off.
There's not much, just some old art videos which are not representative of my skills now.
Yeah. Yeah, so we will link it later and maybe she'll decide to color up some stuff. They do suggest that express it paper. Like I'm sure Danny knows what the official name is. I think it's called Express It. We did ask Lori about using Nina Solar White, and she just said with that, you might need to allow some room for bleed. Because yeah, that Express It cardstock is like very smooth.
Question from Angela. Will you be sharing your crafty stash with Presley now?
Well, yeah, if she wants to come down, I don't think there's any like I would not let her use my Copic markers, but honestly, I gave up coloring with those and she has them all now. There's hers. And I almost did an impulse buy. I was, she was like working with her markers at the table. And I almost did an impulse buy where I was going to run out there and buy both those rainbow sets. You guys know I already like use my Spectrum Noir. But I was going to go get them. And she's like, you can use mine. So I guess if she's going to share her markers, she has already picked out a few create and quads she wants to try. So I'll have to let her use those. Yes, Copic Express It. So that's what they had to sell there.
And with the crate and quads like that at that class, I was so sad when I found out that like one, it's never gonna be like released, and two, there's nothing really like it on Tailored Express.
That's okay. She doesn't know where
Tailored Expressions website. Like that made me really sad because it was so fun and like such a beautiful cards were made from it. And it's so sad that there isn't really anything like it out there. If there was, I would have bought everything in the store.
Yeah, she has already perused the website and she thinks now she might start spending some of her allowance on crafting supplies, which if you would have asked her that on Wednesday, she'd be like, no,
crafting supplies? What are those? Yes, like scissors? And another question from Angela. What was your favorite project today, both of you? Mine was probably this one with the alcohol ink. I honestly will be stealing your alcohol inks, so just so you know.
If you can unscrew them.
If I can unscrew the caps.
Does it have to be from today? I'm trying to think what. I mean, okay, if we have to pick from just today, because the 10 make and takes, you had both days to do them, but this is one that we, one of the last few we did. And I love those gold leaves, that I bought this stamp and this die. I love that. And I just love that kind of like muted fall color palette. Like, I wish I could put ink colors together like they do, like especially for the scenic route, like the colors they chose to do these in. I just love those together. And I would have never chose those. All right.
Lisa asks, do you have any of the demos to show us?
Danny, I hope you feel better. Sorry. I mean, they were just like quick things. Like when you went to Christopher Allen's booth, he used a stencil and he showed you like how the mat and the accessories worked. I
have this.
So like I have that, but I honestly don't know where to ask. And on my name tag, which has my last name, so I'm not going to share that here. We got to work with Stamp and Storage now has some special stuff for Tailored Expression sentiment strips boxes to keep them all together. So we got to put like a fun little sentiment on our name tag that we ink blended on. And then Thermo Web was there demonstrating their it's like printed glue. I don't know what it's called, but you can foil with pressure. You don't need heat. It's like I know it's not like a rub on because there's some totally different science, but you put it on the paper and then tear the front off and then put the foil. I'm sorry. Again, it's like, I'll talk more about it in the vlogs. I have a little bit more, but Presley wants to show you. This was from the Olo marker demonstration booth. And so, yeah, you learned about them. Like Lori was great about teaching about them. And then they gave you this, you could color.
And they went on like super beautifully. I didn't finish that flower, but the butterfly, like it was super Those markers are so nice.
Yeah, so there she used the 2 different shades in one marker.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Glad you like those, Angela. All right. Well, I think if we don't have any final questions, I think that's it. Yeah, we'll go to the oh no, we're gonna give the cards away. Yeah, don't forget, we're gonna give the cards away. If you're just getting here, Presley and I's make and take. We are gonna give send these out to 2 lucky watchers. So we'll tell you in a second.
And Angela has another question. Do you like Olos better than Copics? Honestly, probably an unpopular opinion. Copics in me, like, I can work with them, but there's always been something that like it never feels like I never really feel like I can truly like do what I want with them. And I honestly have to say that Olos are better in my opinion to Copics.
Yeah, I do think they went on smooth. I think though with both the paper matters a lot. So that might have been something like you know. And my markers are pretty old. They could have been dry.
They could be dry. I haven't really used a like fresh Copic in a long time. So
all right. Okay. So we have a couple ways that we're going to give away our cards. So if you're not interested, don't worry about answering these questions. But if you would like to get one of our cards, we have a couple trivia questions from stuff that we have talked about tonight. Now, I'm going to ask these questions, and the first person to answer completely correctly, we will send a card to, and I'll tell you which card you're getting. So again, now my live chat, which I can see, might look slightly different than your live chat, because if you and somebody else talk at the same time, yours might show up first to you, but someone else's shows up first to me. So I do have to go by what I see on my screen. Presley will be watching with me. Our first question, we will do my card. So let me show you that again. So here was mine. Oh, I have a little vellum circle with a popped up sentiment. There is some glossy accents on my little heart there. For mine, I would like to know what city and state was Stamp Joy in this weekend. City and state. First person to get that. And I hopefully somebody wants our cards.
hopefully.
Otherwise, we'll just like
keep them, put them on the wall.
All right. First one is Angela Steinhoff. Congratulations, Angela. If you are the winner of one of our cards tonight, I need you to send me an email at callmecraftyal@gmail.com, which should be in the description box. Send me your address and I'll send this out. Okay. All right. And then, Angela, if you can just say in there that you got my card, that would be great. Awesome. All right. Yeah, Cedar Rapids does have Scrap Mania, which is an amazing craft store that you should go to. All right. Our next question is, do you want to ask it? Oh, here. Let's show you Presley's card and then she'll ask you the question.
You might need to whisper it in my ear. I kind of forgot.
All right. Well, if I whispered, I might as well tell you. So
okay, I remember it.
Okay. So here is Presley's card. No, Angela, if you'll let me know in the email that you won my card, because I might forget by then. So Presley's card, she is masked and ink blended in oval with some stitching on this rectangle. Awesome. All right. Presley, what is the question to win your card?
Okay, at this year's Stamp Joy, how many make and takes were there?
How many make and takes? That's what was included in the price of the ticket. Beth Jesselson. Beth, let me know if I have your address, because I might. Oh, I love all the excitement for Presley's card.
I appreciate it.
We wish we could send all of you one. You know, when Stamp Joy is next fall, if you can attend, maybe we'll
card swap.
Yeah, maybe we'll make more cards for the card swap. So Beth Jesselson, please just go ahead and send me an email as a reminder, but I probably have your address. So, I think let me know before we go if you were at Stamp Joy this weekend. Let us know in the chat. I'm not sure. I don't think I saw any names I recognized from this weekend, but if you were there, let us know.
And
Otherwise,
any other questions?
oh yeah, if you have any other questions, you can let us know as well.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I'm really glad I went. I don't think there was like a bad moment there. It was just fun all around. We were always doing something new or something interesting. It was a great new experience, and it was great to spend some time with you, and just the atmosphere is very nice there. The place is huge. And I thought I'd get, more like, because I'm pretty slow when it comes to like making things. So I was really surprised that I could keep up during the classes.
Yeah.
Oh,
You did a great
and
job.
Lisa asks, were you the only younger person there? I would say there was maybe one person about my age besides me.
Lisa, the same person that sat by us in class last year who was younger, her and I had the same shoes. She was back this year helping. But yeah, I would say she's maybe 20. I don't know. Maybe.
But I was probably the youngest.
Yeah. Which, speaking of that, just like if like a husband or somebody comes, if a guy comes to these events, everybody like talks to him. It's the same thing when a young person comes, because it's kind of like a novelty. So
I could feel that.
Yeah, lots of people talked to Presley and asked her how old she was and if she was a crafter.
How many cards I've made. Which I had to say barely any. But yeah, it was a great time, except for when I got locked in the bathroom.
We didn't even okay, one last little story before we go. Yes, Beth, we hope Lisa's feeling better soon.
Can I tell the story?
Are you gonna be appropriate?
Yes. Well, okay, I'll tell the simple version. So I'm trying to like leave the bathroom, and it was already like very hard to like lock. And I'd go to try and unlock it, and it just like the lock won't budge, like it won't come off the lock. So I have to text you, and I'm like, help me, I'm locked in the bathroom. And you didn't see that text till afterwards. You just came because I was in the bathroom for so long. I was like out washing my hands, waiting for her, figuring why. And so she came over to check on me. And then I told her, I'm locked in the bathroom. So like she gets this attendant lady. Well, first I tried. I'm like, oh, come on, you've got to get out of there. And then she was to get this like a bathroom attendant lady, and she was my saving grace that day, because she comes over and she lifts the door up and opens it. Just like jerked it up. So obviously it had happened before. And one of our table mates, it happened to her. So she was probably in that same stall. But guys, we have had a long weekend, a fun weekend. We are going to get going. Thank you for being here. We enjoyed sharing with you. And hopefully when I have the vlogs up, you will watch those as well and get more videos and pictures and learn more about it. Guys, we will say goodbye. Bye-bye, guys. Bye.